F6F Hellcat versus A6M Zero. The year 1943 saw the Pacific theatre transform into a crucible of aerial mastery. From this tempestuous stage, the American F6F Hellcat and the Japanese A6M Zero emerged, not merely as machines, but as vibrant characters in a story etched by fire and steel. With wings that bore the dreams of nations, the Hellcat's might and the Zero's elegance turned battles into ballets, dogfights into duets. This wasn't warfare, it was a dance of destinies, a clash of cultures and technologies that shaped the very fabric of an era. The F6F Hellcat and A6M Zero's encounters spun a tale beyond time, where engineering met artistry, where metal and soul intertwined. In this video, we will explore the mechanical ballet between the F6F Hellcat and A6M Zero. Emerging from the creative minds at Grumman, the F6F Hellcat was conceived to surpass the constraints of earlier naval aircraft, a blend of power and practicality. It showcased a broader wing and a robust engine, encapsulating American technological advancement in its form and function. Born to eclipse its predecessor, the F4F Wildcat, the Hellcat's design spoke of a new era in naval aviation, where the synergy of speed, agility, and strength would come to define the sky. Underneath its metal skin, the Hellcat boasted a Pratt & Whitney R2800 engine, reaching a top speed of 376 miles per hour. Its arsenal included 6.50 caliber machine guns and an array of rockets and bombs. Engineered to be adaptable and repairable, its 42-foot wingspan and impressive range of 1,089 miles set new standards. With a service ceiling of 37,300 feet, the Hellcat was a mechanical marvel that carried the essence of both beauty and brutality, a perfect storm waiting to be unleashed. When the Hellcat's wings touched the Pacific theatre in 1943, the scales shifted. Serving from aircraft carriers, it emerged as the Navy's leading fighter. Its agility and power turned it into the force that would change the tide of aerial battles. More than just a seeker of aerial supremacy, it played a crucial role in ground assaults and bombing runs. With a hunger for victory, it hunted the sky, earning the moniker of Ace Maker by bringing down over 5,000 enemy aircraft. Lauded by those who commanded it, the F6F's adaptability was a marvel. Whether in a dogfight or providing ground support, its dependable nature resonated with pilots. From seasoned veterans to green recruits, the Hellcat's cockpit became a place where fear met resolve and challenges turned into triumphs. It became synonymous with victory, an aircraft that answered the demands of warfare with grace and ferocity. The Japanese A6M Zero, referred to by its pilots as the Zero-sen, was the product of Japan's most skilled engineers' ambitious vision. Tasked with creating a naval fighter that was both lightweight and formidable, Mitsubishi's Jiro Horikoshi led the charge, crafting a design that would redefine aviation standards. Elegance and agility were the hallmarks of the Zero, representing a seamless fusion of art and engineering. This aircraft was not simply a machine of war, it was a symbol of Japan's industrial might and cultural ethos. Underneath its sleek exterior, the A6M Zero was powered by the Nakajima Sake radial engine, which enabled a top speed of 331 miles per hour. Equipped with two 20mm cannons and two 7.7mm machine guns, the Zero was armed to the teeth and ready to engage. Its lightweight frame, with an empty weight of only 3,704 pounds, allowed for extraordinary maneuverability, while its range of over 1,600 miles spoke of endurance and reach far beyond its contemporaries. This was not just a fighter, it was a statement, a dance of metal and fire that challenged the very sky it soared in. When the Zero first made its appearance in the Pacific theatre, it quickly became a legend. Its agility and speed were unmatched, and its combat prowess was a sight to behold. The aircraft's design allowed it to outmaneuver almost any opponent in a dogfight, and its presence in the sky sent ripples of concern among Allied forces. The Zero played a vital role in numerous naval engagements, from the attack on Pearl Harbor to the battles of Midway and Guadalcanal. Its grace in the sky was not just poetry, it was a strategic asset that gave Japan an edge. The combat strategy and implementation of the Zero were rooted in its design philosophy. Its lightweight construction allowed for tactics that emphasized agility and finesse over brute force. Zero pilots were trained to engage in dogfights that showcased their aircraft's superior maneuverability, turning the sky into a theatre of aerial ballet. Tactics such as the boom and zoom were employed to take advantage of the Zero's speed and nimbleness. However, This also made the Zero vulnerable to damage, a flaw that would eventually be exploited by its adversaries. The relationship between the Zero and its American counterpart, the F6F Hellcat, was not simply one of opposition, but a challenging, ever-evolving contest that tested both design and tactics. Now we turn our attention to a closer comparison, examining the nuances that distinguished these two iconic aircraft, setting the stage for some of the most gripping confrontations of the Pacific War. In a side-by-side comparison, the Hellcat's sturdiness, 376 mph top speed, and robust armament contrasted sharply with the Zero's lighter build, agility, and slightly lower top speed of 331 mph. Where the Hellcat's Pratt & Whitney R2800 engine prioritized raw power, the Zero's Nakajima Sake engine was about optimizing finesse and efficiency. Their unique wingspans, with the Hellcat at 42 feet and the Zero at 39 feet, further reflected differing design goals. The Hellcat sought dominance through force, while the Zero prioritized maneuverability. Strategically, these differences were magnified within the Pacific theater. The Hellcat's rugged build allowed it to take punishment and keep flying, aligning with the American strategy of direct engagement. In contrast, the Zero's lighter frame made it a deadly dogfighter, but more vulnerable to damage, mirroring Japan's preference for agility and tactical finesse. Thus, American pilots often sought head-to-head combat, while Japanese pilots utilized hit-and-run tactics. Technology, too, played a vital role in defining these aircraft. The Hellcat's self-sealing fuel tanks and armored cockpit were innovations that provided protection, mirroring the American emphasis on survivability. The Zero's design prioritized weight reduction, omitting armor and self-sealing tanks, a decision that made it nimble but susceptible to fatal damage. These technological choices were not mere reflections of engineering prowess, but strategic decisions that echoed larger military philosophies. The comparative examination of the F6F Hellcat and A6M Zero uncovers more than mere differences in design and capability. These aircraft were shaped by distinct philosophies and military strategies, resulting in contrasting approaches within the Pacific theater. Yet, as the idiom goes, each plane had its unique wings to fly, and the Hellcat and Zero were no exceptions. Their differences were not merely about superiority, but uniqueness. The Hellcat's ruggedness and firepower represented a brute force approach, while the Zero's agility and efficiency showcased a philosophy of precision. These distinctions created a complex tapestry of aerial warfare, where no single approach held sway, and each battle presented a new set of challenges and opportunities. Within the Pacific theater, the battle between these aircraft stood out as a key feature. This intricate battle of wits, strategy, and adaptation shaped some of World War II's most significant confrontations. Now, a closer look at these major confrontations and outcomes reveals the full complexity of their engagement. The clashes between the F6F Hellcat and A6M Zero in the Pacific theater were integral to some of the most ferocious battles of World War II. These clashes reveal the tactical intricacies of aerial warfare and how both aircraft played crucial roles in defining the outcomes. One major confrontation was the Battle of the Philippine Sea in June 1944, where the Hellcat truly made its mark. The battle saw a mass deployment of Hellcats engaging in intense dogfights with Zeros. The robustness and firepower of the Hellcats, coupled with tactical decisions to engage at close range, allowed the US Navy to inflict significant damage on the Japanese fleet. The loss of trained Zero pilots in this battle had a lingering effect on Japan's naval air power. Another significant clash occurred during the Battle of Lake Gulf in October 1944. The Japanese employed the Zero in kamikaze attacks, a drastic change in strategy reflecting the Zero's maneuverability and Japan's increasingly desperate situation. The Hellcat's role as a fleet defender was tested here, with American pilots adapting to intercept these determined attacks. Despite some success in warding off the kamikaze tactics, the confrontation revealed limitations in the Hellcat's ability to counter the unpredictability of such assaults. Further analysis reveals both success and failure on both sides. The Hellcat's successes lay in its rugged build and superior firepower, allowing it to dominate in straight engagements. Meanwhile, the Zero's agility gave Japanese pilots an edge in tactical flexibility, but its vulnerability to damage proved a significant weakness. The Battle of Okinawa in 1945 provides further insight into how these aircraft changed everything. The extensive use of kamikaze tactics by Zero pilots and the Hellcat's deployment in fleet defense created a complex interplay of offense and defense. Both sides' strategic adjustments to the strengths and weaknesses of their respective aircraft provided an evolving challenge that required continual adaptation. As the sun sets on this exploration of two iconic aircraft, It's fitting to reflect on the enduring legacy of the F6F Hellcat and A6M Zero. Their duel in the Pacific skies left an indelible mark not only on the World War II battlefield, but also on modern aviation design and strategy. The Hellcat's ruggedness and firepower, paired with the Zero's agility and tactical finesse, have become studies in contrast, continually inspiring engineers and strategists alike. In conclusion, the role both planes played in shaping the Pacific theatre's dynamic cannot be understated. Their tale is a lasting reminder of how innovation, adaptation, and courage can forge legends, even in the steel and thunder of war. If you found this exploration of the F6F Hellcat and A6M Zero intriguing, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth historical content. Your support helps us continue to bring history to life, so share this video with fellow history enthusiasts and leave a comment with your thoughts or questions. Thank you for watching.